The hotel was unlike anything they had ever seen, tall, regal, and bathed in golden light. The glass chandeliers sparkled like captured stars, and the scent of fresh lilies drifted through the lobby. Jason, Emily, Mark, and Sophie had been planning this trip for months, eager to indulge in a weekend of luxury. The receptionist greeted them with a polished smile and handed over their key cards. "You're on the 7th floor," she said, handing 3 keys to Emily, Mark, and Sophie. Then she turned to Jason. "And you're in room 803 on the 8th floor." Jason raised a brow. "8th floor, you guys couldn't get me a room on the same level." Emily laughed. "Don't be dramatic. It's 1 floor up. You'll survive." Jason sighed, grabbing his key. "Fine. See you guys in the morning." They split at the elevators, Jason heading up alone while the others settled into their rooms. It was supposed to be a peaceful night, but when morning arrived, Jason was gone. At first, they weren't concerned. Maybe he had gone down for breakfast early, but when they checked the restaurant, he was nowhere to be found. His phone went straight to voicemail. The hotel staff hadn't seen him. Anxiety crept in as they rode the elevator up to the 8th floor. The doors opened with a chime, but when they stepped out, they found themselves staring at an ordinary hallway, one that ended abruptly with no sign of room 803. Confused, Mark checked his phone. "This doesn't make sense. He told us he was in room 803, right?" Emily nodded. "Let's ask the front desk." The receptionist's polite smile faltered when they asked about Jason's room. She hesitated before pulling up the hotel's records. "I'm sorry, but there is no 8th floor in this hotel." Silence. Sophie let out a nervous laugh. "What do you mean? We literally saw Jason go up there." The receptionist turned her monitor toward them. The official floor plans were displayed on the screen. Only 7 floors. The 8th floor didn't exist. It never had. Mark felt a chill creep down his spine. "That's not possible," he whispered. "Jason was assigned room 803. He had a key card." Emily's hands trembled as she pulled out her phone, scrolling through their group chat. She clicked on Jason's last message, sent at 11:43 p.m. "Just got to my room. Place is kinda weird. Feels off." She lifted her gaze. "We have to check again." They rode the elevator up, but when the doors opened, they found themselves staring at the same hallway. Only this time, it was different. The walls were old, the wallpaper peeling in long, jagged strips. The golden hotel lights were gone, replaced by dim, flickering bulbs that cast eerie shadows along the corridor. The air was heavy, thick with the scent of damp rot. They stepped forward hesitantly. "Jason?" Mark called out. A whisper responded, distant but sharp. "Turn back." Sophie's breath hitched. "Did you hear that?" Emily suddenly gasped and pointed. "His suitcase!" A lone suitcase sat in the middle of the hallway, Jason's initials embroidered onto the side. Beside it, his key card lay abandoned on the floor. But the room he had entered, 803, wasn't there. In its place was a blank wall. "This isn't real," Mark muttered. Another whisper slithered through the air. "You shouldn't be here." The temperature dropped, and the shadows in the hallway began to move. The walls pulsed as if they were breathing, swelling outward, then pulling back. The air grew thick with something unseen, pressing against them, crawling over their skin. Then a scream. Not just any scream, Jason's scream. It echoed from nowhere and everywhere at once, distorted, stretched, as if he were screaming through layers of reality. The hallway flickered like a dying film reel, shifting between the luxury hotel and something darker, a decayed, abandoned version of itself. Then it began to collapse. The walls cracked, the floor crumbled beneath them, revealing an endless void below. Sophie shrieked as she grabbed onto Mark, barely avoiding the abyss. The air pulsed with whispers, too many voices to count. Emily turned toward the elevator. "Run!" They bolted, leaping over the cracking floor, reaching the elevator just as the darkness swallowed the last remnants of the hallway. The doors slammed shut behind them. The moment they hit the lobby, everything was normal again. No 8th floor, no hallway, no Jason. The receptionist looked up as if nothing had happened. "Checking out?" she asked politely. Emily opened her mouth to argue, to scream, but her voice failed her. The moment she glanced at the hotel's records again, Jason's name was gone. It was as if he had never existed. But they remembered. And somewhere, in a floor that never was, Jason was still screaming. If you enjoy this story, like, share, and subscribe, and also stay safe.